So after you get more values from each group, for example, like this, we have some more values from a control group and some values from overexpression group. Then you need to do the average of those values in each group. After you get the average of them, we can plot the average onto a column graph like this. Then you will see the change of the Cyclophyllin expression level. And after this, we need to do several extra calculation steps. So first of all, we need to calculate the standard deviation of your values. So we can use the function from the Excel, the DEV, which stands for the standard deviation, and then choose the values in control group. Then you can get the standard deviation of your control group. Also, same thing to the overexpression group. After you get your standard deviation value, we will further calculate the value for the standard error. So we can apply the equation here, the standard deviation divided by the square n. So same thing, type in equal, and then select the standard deviation value, then divide the function for the square is sqrt. And then we need to type in the number of your values. So for example, for the control group, we have 5 values. So the n here should be 5. Then we can get the value. Also, same thing for the overexpression group. And these two, the values of standard error is used for error bar. We can apply them on the error bar. So first, we also need to select the graph, then choose the chat design option, and we can find the adding chat elements here. Then you will find the standard error bar. And the next step, we need to do some modification to the error bar. So we need to change the direction to the plus side. And then we can customize your error bar by selecting the value we got before. Now we can get a graph of your values. And finally, we want to determine or examine whether the overexpression has a significant effect, or whether the increasing part is significant compared to the control group. In order to solve this question, we need to calculate the p-value of each group, between these two groups. So we can use the t-test function. Select the t-test function and then select the values from the first group. After that, we need to select the value from the overexpression group. And then we need to choose tails. And we type in 2. That means 2 tails test. And for the type, we use number 3. So when to use the 2 tails test and when to use a 1 tail test. The 2 tails test is used for the situation that you do not know whether your treatment will increase your expression level or decrease your expression level. So you do not know the direction of the change. And if you know if you have already know your treatment will increase the level of, like for example, cyclophilin D, then you can use the number 1 tail. That means the one tail test. And for the type, we choose number 3. That means the variance of the values in two groups are different. If the variance in two groups are the same, then we use number 2. So keep in mind, always use the two-tail test, and the type you can decide by the variance of your values. That's pretty much about the data analysis.